Hey guys, welcome back to the Arsenal career mode on FIFA 23. Today begins our first transfer window of the save after disabling the summer so that everyone that moved in real life stayed where they were, and we kind of push forward with the real life squads that clubs are utilising in IRL football at the minute. We now have the opportunity to make some additions. We've seen some players leave already and some players sign already that we did on the run-up to this window. Yuri Tielemans is now in my starting lineup as an 85 rated central midfielder. We've also purposefully let go, Cedric and El Neni. They've been sold, as well as Thomas Partey, and we've loaned out a number of youngsters as well. Basically, there are a lot of young players that have now gone out on loan. My squad depth has been affected, so we don't have as many numbers here now. But I've called up a couple of young players from the youth academy, most notably the 6'6" Stacey, to try and get them some loan football. I would like them to go out on loan. They're not called up to start. They're called up to be involved in the squad. They're called up to go out on loan. So hopefully we can get them some loan football to help continue their growth cycle. We have a couple of other players into the youth academy now, but we're not going to focus on that for the time being. First things first, we're actually going to play West Ham because we are on match day here on January the 1st. It's New Year's Day and it is time to play some football. Then we'll have Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, which hopefully we'll win. If we do, we'll sim Forest in the league and then wait and see who we get in the cup in the next round. If we lose against Forest in the cup, then I will probably sim Forest, sim Fulham and play Leeds at the end of the month and have all of January in one lump today. Time will tell as to how we get on, but please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying it. It really does help the channel out. If we could hit 1,000 again, it'd be absolutely banging. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then do so with a notification bell ticked, and you won't miss any more videos. Of course, we've got the My Player series going on continually every single day at the moment as well. For now, first things first, football, then transfers. Alphonse Sariola in goal for West Ham. A 4-2-3-1 today. Kufal, Aguerd, Dawson and Cresswell, Souček and Rice, Bowen, Fornals, Paqueta and Scamacca up top through the middle. Options on the bench are decent, although not spectacular. We're at full strength. The only player that's struggling a little bit with fitness is Saka. Saliba and Jesus certainly fit enough. We had 3 straight draws in the last episode yesterday. So I am absolutely wanting to get back to winning ways today, please. With West Ham, Fulham, Forest on the horizon. Oh, he just locked off. Was there a free kick? There was a free kick. Oh, for them. With the nature of the opponents we've got today, after this Forest game, we should be picking up wins in almost every single game. If not, every single game. So that is the plan, the aim, the dream today. And we should be able to fulfill that dream. Saka's first touch is good. Why the defender jumped there, I'm not sure. Yuri Tielemans making his debut. Feeds Gabby Jesus, who can't give us a 1-0 lead. Areola with a top save. Now, I should probably put Yuri Tielemans on a number of set pieces, shouldn't I? Because his delivery is probably going to be very good. Zinchenko underneath this. Wins the header well, but it won't find a teammate. Chance is coming. Chance is going. Well in, Tierney. It's going to fall straight to West Ham man. Again, here's Scamacca, runner on his left. Here is Pablo Fornals, who's wound up for a shot from distance. Aaron Cresswell will deliver, and Gabriel will clear. Ødegaard needs to get to this. His touch is good. His ball around the corner is good. Counter-attack with Bukayo Saka. Pablo Fornals trying to stick with, and actually able to do that very well indeed. Would have expected a better turn from Saka there. Continually, Bukayo Saka is just not great for me in this save, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I'm not utilising him correctly, then it must be my fault, but I feel like I'm getting enough from everybody else, but B just doesn't do it for me, and I don't know why. Cresswell, tackled by Tomiyasu. The pressure pays. Now, can he find Gabby Jesus with a cross? It's Gabby Martinelli, actually. It's the other Gabby. Yuri's won that well. Ødegaard tried to get out of his feet to set it on his left for a shot. But Souček bossing him. Really good from Thomas Souček. And here come West Ham. Bowen looks for Scamacca. Saliba is there. Both sides defensively sound thus far. But as you've seen, Possession is changing hands far too quickly on either side. Neither team able to actually create anything decent. Saka could be on the end of this. Cresswell does just enough. We're going to go in at half-time at 0-0. But as soon as someone decides that they actually want to play good football, there is goals in this. Come on, beat. Well, he's actually ridden that challenge very well indeed. Tielemans has Zinchenko quickly looking for Ødegaard. It will find Martin Ødegaard. And I might just let fly from the edge of the box here. Just trying to force the issue a little bit, but I don't know as that's the answer. We've tried to be patient in the first half, and that hasn't worked. So if I get a little bit impatient and just have a snapshot, you never know, it might be the moment of magic we need to find a world-class goal. Tomiyasu should win this header and does well, but Saka can't get to it. Thomas Partey to Liverpool confirmed, of course. On January the 1st, Scamacca loses possession there, and now a counter-attack could be on. But they're keeping numbers back. He's onside. Oh, it was meant for Gabi Jesus. That will find Jesus. This is the chance that we've been waiting for, and it's the chance we'll take. All it needed was that one obvious opportunity, and a goal was going to be there, regardless of whether it was for them or me. But our number 9 scores a lot of goals. He's ever reliable, Gabi Jesus. Played in behind, away from the defender, got the pace to do so, and top corner. High XG of 0.3, and the keeper with no chance for that. We lead. Jared Bowen, Kufal again. It's a nice through ball. It's a perfectly weighted through ball, and Jared Bowen is in. We'll have to bring Saliba across here, and he's dealt with it. We'll just get rid of it. It's going to be a corner for West Ham. Couldn't really do anything else there. Bukayo Saka coming off for me, and Emil Smith-Rowe coming on. It's decent from Fornals. It's Dawson. It's needed saving. Ramsdale gets rid of it. Fornals will try again. Scamacca is a big, tall, physical player. I'm worried about him in the box, but Tomiyasu's done well there. Can I get to that with Gabi? No. Sofiane Kufal does well. Scamacca back to Paqueta. Saliba in the way. Still it falls to West Ham. Zinchenko in the way there. Couldn't get his pass off quickly enough. Zinchenko in the way again, and does get the pass away this time. Gabi's on the run, you know. I'll lift it, looking for him. Oh, and a mistake from the defender. Keeper coming, he is. Oh, would have been a gorgeous chip. We're going to see a replay of that. We probably won't see the mistake, will we? Pablo Fornals going off for West Ham now as Maxwell Cornet comes on that left-hand side. Right, we will chip the ball towards the back post. It's penalty spot, actually. Aguerd heads it away, and Scamacca will complete the clearance, although he's absolutely knackered. Got nothing left. Does find a pass. Paqueta looking for Jared Bowen. Tierney should be there and is. 15 minutes left. We are in front and looking good. Martinelli. Zinchenko. Ødegaard. Out to Gabi Martinelli again. Smith-Rowe is ghosting in at the back post. So try and bring this down and get the shot off, which he's done well, and the keeper touches it onto the post. That was nearly game over there. Smith-Rowe couldn't have come much closer, could he? Oh, West Ham, what are you doing? What are you doing? Smith-Rowe does get his goal. Another Christmas gift. Happy New Year, West Ham. Thanks, lads. To Cresswell, I've got 5 changes, or 4 actually, to fulfill my 5 changes waiting to be made to try and hold on to this advantage. Now, that's a lovely ball, and Ramsdale does make the save. Kept it out at least. Might have been able to catch it. Quadruple save. Ødegaard, Jesus, Zinchenko and Saliba. All going off. Replaced by 4 other first-teamers. Eddie Nketiah on. I will loan list Eddie Nketiah. But I won't bring another striker in until Nketiah is gone. But I'm thinking loan listing Nketiah is probably the best way to try and get the most out of him. He's going to drive down the line here. Does have Vieira in the middle, who he's going to look for. And Fabio Vieira scores a brilliant header to make it 3. That's a decent counter-attack, isn't it? We'll take that. Nketiah lofts it into the middle. Am I just making a transfer for the sake of making a transfer to get rid of Eddie Nketiah? I don't know. I feel like loaning him out is the best thing for his development. But he is starting to have an impact when called upon. But I don't know as I trust him in say a Europa League semi-final when I need something off the bench Is he going to be good enough to pop up with what I need? I don't think so. Fabio Vieira hasn't been great for me either this season, but popping up with a goal there and losing possession on the edge of the box. But it's a convincing 3-0 win against West Ham, which after 2 0-0 draws yesterday is very pleasing. Delighted with that. Excellent work from Gabby Jesus in that game of football as well, as ever. And Ramsdale having to make a couple of saves in that second half. At half-time, we'd had 1 shot each. At the end of the game, there's been 11 shots in the game. So, certainly a game of 2 halves. We'll go to the post-match interview. I think everybody deserves to have their confidence boosted by that. Leicester beat Newcastle by 2-0, which will keep them in the hunt for a European spot this season. But getting back to winning ways for us is going to be the most important thing for our top 4 push. We're still prioritising the FA Cup and the Europa League, as per your request at the beginning of the season. But as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, and as the chance to finish top 4 becomes more and more a reality, attention will probably be diverted away a little bit. I've had a bid from AC Milan for Gabby Jesus. 31.1 million plus a 77 rated Tommaso Pobega. I think you can imagine what my thoughts are with that offer. Stacey's delighted to have had the call up to the first team squad. Good. Now hopefully you'll be delighted to go out on loan. Now I've loan listed Eddie Nketiah and he thinks that it's the right thing for his career. So my intention at the minute is to loan out Nketiah for 6 months, maybe 18 months, but at least for 6 to the end of the season, and potentially bring in Gaetan Laborde to give me a slightly different option to Jesus up top. He's a more physical option, but is still deadly in the finish, but good in the air. 87 jumping. He's only 5'11", but 87 jumping is certainly good enough. Or maybe Marcus Thuram, who's 6'4". He can play up top or out wide. But my intention would be to sign an older player so that Nketiah gets the loan football to grow and come back and then play the part that Laborde would be coming into play, if you know what I mean. It's such a tough decision to make. Because when you're looking for a backup player, you've got a player that you think could be that player but isn't there yet, it's really tough. Thuram would offer us the option, and maybe longer term would be a better idea as well. Would be a higher resale value. So, it's a tough one. With regards to the centre mid option, obviously we've brought in Tielemans. Currently waiting for a scout report on Kefren Thuram, who could be very, very good indeed. But my go-tos at the minute for that box-to-box rotation role, that squad player to make an impact off the bench, are either Sekou Fofana or Djibril Sow. Both are very similar. Fofana slightly better in the tackle, but Sow slightly better in the pass. It's a case of what do you want? To be honest, with Xhaka on the bench as well, I probably want someone that's better in the pass. They're both about 20 million, so it's absolutely a doable deal. But we'll wait and see what the scout report looks like on Gerson and Kefren Thuram before making the decision. There are a lot of decisions to be made, though, so it's going to be an intriguing window at the very least, and hopefully there'll be plenty of action. There already has been quite a bit, but we'll see how things develop as we progress through the month. The City ground not in the game yet, but will be coming, of course. Wayne Hennessy in goal for Forest. Aurier, Bolly, Worrell, Niakate and Toffolo. Mongala, Freuler, Lingard, Awani and Dennis. Freuler scored against us last time we played Nottingham Forest. I can't remember what the actual overall result was. What have they got on the bench option-wise, actually? Let's have a look. It certainly changes the starting limit, doesn't it? Gibbs White is 76 rated this year. Yates, Bade, Lyle, Taylor, Brennan Johnson, Renan Lodi, obviously, and Dean Henderson. But they're playing a cup left-back and a cup goalkeeper. I've rotated a bit as well. Vieira starts again after getting his goal off the bench in the last game. That's well earned. Smith Rowe asked to play, and I'd like to get a bit more growth out of Marquinhos as well. Samuel Lokonga and Ben White also into the starting lineup. And I would have liked to have started my new backup right back, but we're still waiting on 1 or 2 scout reports to come back before making a decision there. I have some really good options, though, as a backup right back, thanks to your suggestions in the comment section over the past few episodes. So we should be able to really adequately replace Cedric with a significant upgrade in talent. Nottingham Forest mean business in the FA Cup. I've not touched the ball or even gotten anywhere near it. We're 1-0 down. What a move. Decent in the first game, Yuri Tielemans. Not super heavily involved, but did what he did do well. Smith Rowe, back to Fabio Vieira. See Sambi there waiting on the edge of the box. He's begging for it there, Marquinhos. He wants the ball, desperate to make an impression. He's left-footed, but took that on his right, and it wasn't bad. Could go for a shot. We won't. We'll get it back out to Tielemans, who will stand it into the middle, where Gabby's underneath it. Is it going to fall for me? Maybe. The ref's pointing to the spot, has he? Ah. Smith Rowe. Lovely turn. 5-star skills now on Emil Smith Rowe. This was an FA Cup tie in real life last year as well, of course. A tie that Nottingham Forest, at the time Championship Nottingham Forest, did win by a goal to nil. Tielemans in there to Fabio Vieira, who's run straight into Willy Bolly. Unfortunately. Unfortunately for Forest, they have conceded. We're getting lucky with some of the goals we're scoring today, but take nothing away from Gabby there. He's still got a lot to do when he receives the ball. Has to turn, find the space and the finish, but he's done it all impeccably. Gabriel Jesus is the man to lead the line for us in this game, or in this save, sorry. And slams that into the top corner. No chance for Wayne Hennessy. We're back level, so there will not be the same result this year as last year. Dennis. Tierney. Kieran Tierney, by the way, is so good at left back. Even when he was only 81 rated, he was absolutely imperious at the back. But Taiwo Awoniyi is imperious up top for Nottingham Forest. And they lead again. Marquinhos into Yuri. We get an immediate response, perhaps. That's a lovely turn by Gabby. And Smith Rowe's arriving. And the keeper decided to stay on his line. Smith Rowe is in and still has it. And can't force the issue. I felt like going for goal there was probably the best option. Didn't want to risk trying to find someone in the middle and giving it away and not having a chance at all. Hoping that Hennessy was going to make a mistake there, which unfortunately he didn't. Remo Freuler's on a great run, and that pass is pretty good too. Jesse Lingard can't quite find Taiwo. On a lunge here, with Kieran Tierney. But they've done me. Jesse Lingard winding up for the power shot. Little bit too fancy, Jesse. Just get the shot away, mate. And 3-1, and it might be game over. A chance wasted. Marquinhos. Forward quickly to Jesus. Tielemans was arriving, but what a challenge from behind. Oh, Gabby. Jesus is so good. He's an absolute don. Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 2. And really, it's Gabby Jesus 2, Nottingham Forest 2. That was spectacular from the Brazilian. Lovely tackle by Yuri Tielemans, and the turn is so good. Well, that's the first sign that we've seen from Yuri Tielemans that he is going to boss things in this midfield. That was brilliant from him. And, well, Gabby did what Gabby does. Taiwo Awoniyi is looking like he's going to do what he does, but Ramsdale makes the save this time. Whew. They mean business, Nottingham Forest. And we saw in a previous episode, they are performing the better of all of the more recent promoted sides. They were solidly mid-table in 12th last time I checked the league positionings. Trying to get tackling here without giving away a penalty. So they are a good side, Forest, and have recruited well, haven't they? That's a lovely ball through to Gabby. He's in for a hat-trick here. He's probably not got the angle for it, but support is here. And Fabio Vieira draws the save out of Hennessy. It's a very good stop. Fabio Vieira will take the corner himself. And Ben White's underneath it. It's going to fall free. Gabby. Not got the strength against Taiwo, but not many would. To Mongala. And into Taiwo. Space here for Harry Toffolo forward from left back, but he's slowed it up a bit and he's lost possession. Marquinhos to Tielemans, out to Tomiyasu. I'm going to have to slow this up. I've got Martin Odegaard coming on momentarily. Just to add a little bit more quality in this central area. Like that. to hopefully ensure that we don't go to a replay. I do not need an extra fixture this month. That would make things really awkward and frustrating. Mongala finds Dennis into Taiwo. Dennis going for the worldie. Fabio Vieira's not going to get to that. He has tackled the man and would have been in if he'd been able to keep his feet. This is good from Forest. It's really good. Keepers come and got there well. Aaron Ramsey. Credit to him for it. Manuel Dennis with a turn. Jesus around the corner. A break is on, but I've not really got many runners in positions I can find. Tomiyasu. Now Marquinhos is getting in behind here. But it's the pass over hit. Niakate's done well. He's done very well indeed. Toffolo, Lingard. Picked off by Tomiyasu. Looking for Marquinhos. Out his feet quickly. Jesus to Fabio Vieira, who's coming off momentarily for Erdegaard. We'll find Marquinhos, who is left-footed and probably could have wound up for a shot there, but elected against it. Tielemans going to power his way through. Yuri Tielemans trying his best. Oh! Nottingham Forest knock themselves out of the FA Cup. 3 of the best. He's made them pay. And Forest can't help themselves but shoot themselves in the foot. You see the Forest fan in the middle of the yellow coats like, no. Brilliant finish when it eventually came to it. Driven hard and low. I've not really done anything there other than just get past the ball. 86th minute, there will be no FA Cup replay because we're going to win. Unless they do what they did from kick-off at the very beginning of the game, which is score a goal within 4 or 5 minutes without me touching it. So Zorie, Kieran Tierney says, no, you ain't. Xhaka used an arm, apparently. Set piece for Arsenal, for Forest. Lingard delivers. It's not a bad ball in at all. Saliba gets there with the head. Erdegaard can't get to that. Niakate, used an arm. Game over. Sorry, Forest. Used an arm there, and you've given us a helping hand today with the goals that you've given away. We will go through to the next round of the FA Cup, and we'll find out momentarily who will face Eddie Nketiah off the bench, as well as a number of others to try and hold on to the result, which we have done. Quite pleased with that handball helping hand pun in there. I love a pun. You guys love a pun in the comments as well. Let's see what we get in the next round. Any shocks in there? Liverpool 2, Walsall 2, Chelsea 2, MK Dons 2 as well. Some replays that certainly won't be favourable for the Premier League sides, but great money spinners for the lower league teams. Anything is possible in the FA Cup. Arsenal certainly have a track record of winning this competition, and Gabby Jesus just loves to play regardless of competition. A hat-trick today. We kept going until the last minute, and we had to ensure that we got the win. Forest, very good going forward, but too many mistakes at the back. Really, really poor from them in that regard. We won't find out who we get in the next round for a little while, as those replays need to be played. But for the time being, we're going to advance towards that game against Forest in the league next. Cabral loan bid. Good. It's a loan to buy, which I'm not necessarily keen on. We will delegate that to just a loan. And I'll ask for a short loan initially. And then we can loan him out somewhere for the full year next year. Now, Atalanta have come in to try and loan Eddie Nketiah. And it is just a short-term loan. That's what he needs to get the most out of his growth. I think it's in his best interests and our best interests to loan Eddie Nketiah and bring in an older, higher quality backup replacement in the short term. So that is the plan. Now, am I going to get my scout report back on Max Aarons anytime soon? Waiting on 3. Thuram, Gerson and Max Aarons. He doesn't look like he's going to be that good, does he? Ball control, max 75. Max Aarons isn't going to be good enough, so I'm going to remove him. So let's sign that backup right back then. Now, Porro is too... If Tomiyasu hadn't grown, I'd have signed Porro, but he's too good. Jeremy Frimpong is expensive, and he's in current negotiations with both Benfica and Juventus. He's not going to want to come and play a backup role to me, is he? So I won't go for Jeremy Frimpong. Gusto is young and with potential. and cheap. Good idea. Pablo, Maffeo is mid-20s, but higher quality. It's 82 stand tackle is what stands out for me there. He's an option too, but slightly more expensive. Mati Cash, even more so expensive. Wan-Bissaka, just don't think I could justify that for Manchester United. Not back up for them to back up for me. Similarly, Odriozola, he's not going to go back up from Real Madrid to back up to Arsenal, is he? Alexander Barr is expensive. I think Gusto would be the better option for that price. So I'm going to try and get Gusto, I think. Try and get Malo Gusto in. If we can't, we'll go for Maffeo. But I'm sure this youngster from Lyon... Let me just double check he's not recently moved in real life. No, he hasn't. He's just come through Lyon's youth setup. So let's go and get Malo Gusto. I don't want to pay his release clause, no. I'm trying not to sign players that recently moved within the last 6 months, basically. Or even perhaps 12 months. Offer a transfer fee. It said I could get him for about 11, so I'll start at 10 and we'll see what they say. They want Marquinhos plus 650 grand. No, but if you'll take the 10 million that Marquinhos was worth plus 650 grand, we might have a deal on our hands, and indeed we do. Handshakes all around. Gusto's going to come in. He's only on 21.5 grand a week at Lyon. You'd imagine he'll want a bit of a wage rise, but not that much, and certainly he's going to be sporadic. And if we'll accept that, it's a dream. 5-year deal, please, for a youngster that has the potential to grow. No release clause, and if he'll sign 30 grand a week, which is a boost for him, he'll be happy. And he is happy, and he's in. We have a new signing. Malo Gusto, welcome to the club. He's arriving on day 1 through the doors. Hello, Malo. Evidently, as a sporadic player, perhaps... Oh, no, here I am. I was going to say, not a big enough signing for me. Oh, yeah, no, my guy's definitely busy. I guess that is a different beginning to the cutscene because of his squad role. When Yuri Tielemans came in, my manager character was right there to welcome him in through the door, shake his hand. Because this is a different cutscene as well, by the way, in various different areas. To shake his hand because he was a crucial player. Sporadic player Gusto comes in. My guy walks in late on his phone. He's like, hello, mate. Thanks for coming in. And then he's like, I'm just going to... We got a photo opportunity. I could have saved 2.3 million. You literally recommended me that I could get him for 11. I've paid 10.6. Now you're telling me it's not that good a deal. A decent buy. I think that's a good buy. Thank you very much. Take the other right backs off. Yuri and Timber we were looking at for a right back, but... No. And now we're waiting for Kefren Turam's scout report because he might be a great option as a backup and he's much younger than Fofana and Sal. Gerson might be decent too. Looks like he really will be. So I'm intrigued by that for the backup centre mid. But for the time being, very happy with the backup right back we've brought in. Let's go and sim against Forest in the league and see if we can't get 3 points there. Because the next round of the FA Cup is going to be drawn very soon. Saliba bid from Manchester United. Get out. Cabral loan agreement to Boca Juniors for a short-term loan. Good. Bing. Hopefully he'll agree to go there and we can get him out the door and he'll grow quite nicely. He will continue to go out on loan next year as well. And here, Eddie Nketiah is being loaned out to... Well, he came to me. He's going to Atalanta. He looks rather like head down, disconsolate, but he was the one that came to me when I put him on the loan list and he said... Thank you. I think it's the best decision for my future. So we'll see him out. I've told him, go and get some first team minutes at Atalanta and come back and fight for your place here next season. That's what we'll tell Eddie Nketiah. For 6 months, he's going out on loan. I think that's the right decision. Good job. Starting immediately. We're paying 100% of his wages, but that's not a problem. Right. Scout reports are back. Eddie Nketiah's gone. Loan bid for Stacey. It's all happening rather quickly now, isn't it? A short-term loan to Trabzonspor. Please sign that. Kefren Turam. 78 rated, but really all-round. 21 years of age. Can play in a number of different positions, I believe. Might be worth a look. Gerson. He's not as good as initially I thought he might be. So I would definitely pick Kefren Turam over Gerson. But, Max Aarons isn't good enough. That's definitely the right decision we made on that front. I am torn with this centre mid position now. Really torn. Because Fofana and So are definitely better players that would have more of an impact now. Kefren Turam isn't going to be too dissimilar to Sambi Lokonga. And I want someone that's better than Sambi Lokonga to make an impact. Otherwise, I might as well just turn to Granit Xhaka. So I think I'm still going to go for So or Fofana. And then maybe when Xhaka fades out, we'll go for someone like Kefren Turam as a younger replacement. But for the time being, it's either Fofana or So. We'll take Jerson off. Fofana or So. Fofana or So. Medium high or high high. Does have a couple of traits, Fofana. One of which is leadership, one of which is long shot taker. So was my preferred when I first saw him come in. And he is younger, albeit slightly more expensive. I'm going to go for Djibril So. Sekou Fofana is a player that has been hotly tipped for a number of recent transfer windows to get a move away from Lens. But Djibril So is a player that I've not really seen any noise about. And we do like to sign players that are a little bit left field, not the obvious. So let's go and get Djibril So in. I don't know anything about So, personally. So I'm going to try and bring him in. Transfer fee. Reckon I could get him for about 21. So we'll start our negotiations at 19 and see where the tension is in the room. They want Marquinhos as well, but notice the total value of that is 20.7 million. So I'll remove the exchange player and we'll try 19.7 million and maybe they'll negotiate from there. The tension is still very low. It's risen a little bit and they want 20.9. Now that is a good deal, but if I can save a little... I probably shouldn't just try and save a little here, really, should I? I should just get it done. 20.3, we are getting it done. There is a lot of leeway for negotiation with a lot of players as market value at the minute. Djibril So will come in from Frankfurt to join us here at Arsenal, and it will be a very good deal for us, I think. He wants an important squad role. Oh, I'm not giving him that initially, but I will have to get him through the door. We'll sign him on a long deal. That's, again, him here till he's 29. No release clause is fine. Now, give me an idea of what you want wage-wise. They haven't. He's on 31. Again, we'll give him a bit of a wage rise. We'll offer him 42. And he should just sign that straight off the bat. Which he's not. They reckon it's an insult. Apparently, a 25% wage rise is an insult. We will go again for Djibril So. But if we can't agree a wage that is agreeable, then we might end up going for Sekou Fofana anyway. Right, let's sim this one against Forest then. I admit, quite happy to concede that this has been a bit of a lengthy highlight, so we will get through this as quickly as we can. Xhaka can start. Full strength side. We need to see actually who we've got in the FA Cup coming up next as well, but we should win this with that full strength side. We lose it, of course we do. Gibbs White, Joe Worrell and Emmanuel Dennis with the goals. After Jesse Lingard got sent off after 13 minutes. A 10-man Nottingham Forest for basically the whole game beat me. 4 shots, they score 3. We have 7, can only score 2. Points dropped. That's really frustrating. To have lost it anyway would have been annoying, but to lose it to 10 men... That's infuriating. Stacey will go out on loan. Celtic want Ramsdale. No, go away. Not in the negotiating mood right now. You're still in the squad, Emil. Don't worry, mate. Who have we got in the FA Cup then? Birmingham. Okay. I'll sim Fulham then at home. Wolves. I don't know whether Birmingham away is a simmable game. The fact that we've just lost to Forest like that makes me wonder whether we're going to get any results from simming games. I think what I'll do, I'll go and play Fulham and we'll do the transfer window in 2 episodes. We'll play Fulham and then tomorrow we'll play Birmingham and we'll play Leeds and end the window. On his way out here, this is Cabral, I think, but we don't need to. Yeah, it is. He's going to Boca Juniors. Enjoy the loan spell in South America, my friend. I'm going to go and play Fulham, put an end to this lengthy highlight, apologies for it, but there's been a lot going on that you will have wanted to have seen. Fulham in the FA... No, Fulham in the Premier League. Real Madrid have bid £49 million for Gabriel. Now, this is a question. Because this is where we get a little bit like, what do we do for realism? I will wait. I will not record another Arsenal career mode video until you guys have let me know your feedback on that deal. Comment section, let me know. Do I straight out reject? Do I just accept? Or do I try and negotiate a higher fee? If I do negotiate a higher fee, what sort of fee should I look for? They reckon between 45 and 67. I'd be happy getting 60%. 60%. I'd be happy getting 60 plus for him. Personally, I think I should probably negotiate that to 60 plus and say, fine, I can understand why Gabriel would want to go to Real Madrid. But I'll wait and see what you guys say in the chat. I'm not just going to act in the first transfer window without getting your feedback. Cabral has gone out on loan to Boca Juniors. That's where we'll leave it then. Oh, we're on the day against Fulham. Let's go and play. Now, do I play Fulham or not? I don't know how long this video is going to be by this point. I'm torn. Tell you what, with 3 games to play tomorrow and more transfer window stuff to come, we'll call it there, considering that highlight has been really long with all the negotiations. Chat, comment section, feedback. What the hell do I do? I'll see you tomorrow, where I will have acted on your feedback, and we'll find out what I'm going to do. Transfer dilemma. I'll see you next time.